Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Diego Castro. Malacanang declares October 30 as a special non-working holiday for the local polls. President Bongbong Marcos said this would allow Filipinos to cast their votes for the barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections. The declaration was stated under Proclamation number 359, signed by Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin on October 9. Philippine officials have yet to confirm whether there are Pinoys included in the fatalities amid the Israel-Hamas conflict. Philippine Department head said they continue to work with Israeli counterparts in verifying information. But for now, what's for certain is that 6 Filipinos are still missing. One of the 7 reported missing yesterday has been found. The Foreign Affairs Department is also verifying reports of a Filipino fatality in the conflict.
We cannot confirm that because we do not want to to confirm anything without being 100% sure of the facts.
The Armed Forces maintains China's claims of driving away a Philippine Navy vessel from Scarborough Shoal is just mere propaganda. AFP Chief General Romeo Bronner added that even if the Chinese Coast Guard tries to do so, they would not allow the CCG to shoo Philippine ships off its own territory. The AFP confirmed that a Navy vessel passed through the shoal to conduct maritime patrol. The Scarborough Shoal is within the country's 200-kilometer exclusive economic zone. The Chinese Coast Guard recently put up some floating barriers in parts of the area, which the government swiftly removed. In weather, a low-pressure area has entered the Philippine territory. The LPA was last spotted some 750 kilometers east of Giwan, eastern Samar. It is not seen to develop into a tropical cyclone for now. Meanwhile, Typhoon Bolaven remains outside the Philippine territory. It has no direct impact and is unlikely to enter PAR. The LPA's trough will bring rains over several areas. These include Metro Manila, Visayas, Mindanao, Bicol, Mimaropa, and Calabarzon. The rest of Luzon may also expect rains due to localized thunderstorms. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. The House of Representatives has removed the confidential funds of 5 agencies under the proposed 5.768 trillion peso budget for 2024. One of the most talked about CIFs is the initial budget proposal was that of the Office of the Vice President and the Department of Education. However, Congress has now decided to remove the agency's confidential funds, which combined for 650 million pesos. Confidential funds will also be removed from the Departments of Agriculture, Foreign Affairs, and Information and Communications Technology. The total amount removed from these confidential fund requests is 1.2 billion pesos. This decision was made by the small committee in the House of Representatives for amendments to the proposed 2024 national budget. In total, from the requested 4.864 billion pesos in confidential funds, this was reduced and changed to 3.664 billion pesos. The reallocated confidential funds were given to NICA, or the National Intelligence Coordinating Agency, the National Security Council, the Philippine Coast Guard, and the Department of Transportation for the airport expansion on Pag-asa Island Airport. Now, instead of confidential funds, the BFAR, DICT, DFA, the Ombudsman, and DepEd will still receive funding for maintenance and other operating expenses, which is auditable.
Ang naging thinking kasi namin is anong mandato ng ahensya. Okay? And dun sa pag-perform ng mandato, kung hindi naman kailangan talaga gumawa ng surveillance at pwede namang gumamit ng MOE, na ibig sabihin auditable naman ang expenses na yan.
Some senators weighed in on the issue of confidential funds. For Senator Coco Pimentel, the Office of the President should have no confidential and intel funds since it's a civilian agency. He added that they should leave that to specialists in the field of intelligence. Senator Joel Villanueva said the Senate will consider the decision of the lower house, but they also have their own priorities. Villanueva promised, though, that they will be sure to scrutinize the national budget. Meanwhile, Senate Secretary Renato Bantug belied claims of an alleged confidential fund within the Senate. He maintained they have allocated a budget only for extraordinary and miscellaneous expenses amounting to over 330 million pesos. He also vowed that the Senate's CIF Oversight Committee will study agencies' confidential and intelligence funds and realign them accordingly. Pinoy boxing legend Manny Pacquiao is looking to compete in the Paris Olympics next year. The Philippine Olympic Committee confirmed that they've reached out to the International Olympic Committee regarding the eligibility of the 8th Division World Champion. The Olympic qualifiers has a 40-year-old age limit, making Pacman ineligible at 44 years old. Still, the former senator is hopeful. In a statement, he says, "Age is not a barrier to fulfill our dreams, and I believe that it is not too late to fulfill my dream of bringing home a boxing gold medal from the Olympics for the Philippines." And that's it for this hour. Join us again at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News. All sides, all the time.